Have you ever noticed someone who almost never posts pictures online? No selfies, no vacation snapshots, no updates about their daily life. In a world that constantly rewards attention, likes, and online validation, these individuals almost seem invisible. They don't share their milestones, achievements, or even casual moments for the public eye. At first glance, you might assume they're shy, antisocial, or disconnected. But psychology tells a very different story. The decision not to broadcast oneself on social media isn't random. It reflects deeper patterns of thinking, confidence, and emotional intelligence. It reveals how someone values themselves, their mental space, and their social environment. In other words, these habits can tell us a lot about inner strength and personal awareness. Let's break down what science says about people who choose privacy over performance online. 1. Privacy over popularity. The first thing to understand is that people who rarely post pictures online usually have a strong privacy orientation. Psychologists define this as a conscious preference to control how much of their life others can see. These individuals aren't antisocial. They just prioritize mental space, emotional boundaries, and personal control. Where most people rely on likes, comments, or online attention to feel validated, those who post less rely on self-validation. They don't need the approval of others to feel worthy or accomplished. Choosing to keep their lives private is a subtle yet powerful marker of inner security. It's not about hiding. It's about valuing their own sense of identity over public perception. This tendency also protects them from the endless distractions of social media. While others scroll endlessly, measuring themselves against carefully curated highlight reels, private individuals maintain focus, stay grounded, and preserve their emotional energy. Their privacy isn't secrecy. It's a tool for mental and emotional resilience. 2. Strong self-awareness. Closely linked to privacy is self-awareness. Research on self-concept clarity shows that people who share less online often have a strong understanding of who they are. They know their values, priorities, and goals, and they don't need others to define or validate them. This self-awareness allows them to navigate life confidently without relying on social approval. They're less likely to chase trends, compare themselves to peers, or feel pressured by online popularity contests. Their happiness is intrinsic, not dependent on likes, comments, or virtual applause. In essence, their lives are guided by their own compass rather than external expectations. By staying grounded in their identity, these individuals can make choices that align with their values rather than conforming to fleeting societal pressures. This contributes to long-term emotional stability and personal growth. 3. Emotional security and inner confidence. Another reason some people avoid posting online is emotional security. Posting selfies or constant updates often serves as a means to seek validation. People with lower self-esteem may rely on external recognition to feel worthy. By contrast, those who post less often already feel complete. Psychologists describe this as secure self-esteem, a confidence that doesn't require constant reinforcement. These individuals tend to be less anxious, less approval-seeking, and more focused on their real-world goals. They understand that external recognition is fleeting, and true satisfaction comes from personal achievements, growth, and meaningful relationships rather than virtual approval. This emotional security allows them to approach social interactions, work, and life with clarity and confidence. They are not defensive or fragile. They are self-contained, capable of handling criticism and feedback without feeling threatened. 4. Deep thinkers versus online performers. People who rarely post online are often deep thinkers. They don't share for attention. They share when it genuinely matters. Psychologists link this to a cognitive trait called internal locus of evaluation, meaning they judge themselves by their own standards rather than seeking external approval. These individuals prioritize authenticity over performance. They think before they speak, process experiences internally, and engage in conversations with meaning rather than filling space. This introspection allows them to form thoughtful opinions, solve problems creatively, and connect deeply with others on a personal level. By contrast, many who post frequently are motivated by social performance, a desire to be seen, liked, or envied. Choosing silence or minimal sharing online can be a conscious decision to avoid superficiality and maintain focus on what truly matters. 5. Understanding the digital illusion. Many private individuals understand how social media distorts reality. Psychologists refer to this as social comparison theory, the tendency to measure oneself against the curated highlight reels of others. People who post less recognize that these digital snapshots rarely reflect the full picture of someone's life. They see through the illusion and avoid unnecessary comparison, protecting their mental health from anxiety, envy, or self-doubt. By choosing to stay low-key, they prioritize inner peace over external validation, opting for stability and mental clarity rather than the temporary dopamine boost of likes or comments. This awareness is a hallmark of emotional intelligence. They know that true value doesn't come from being seen. It comes from living authentically and intentionally. 6. Thoughtful communication and selective sharing. Finally, people who rarely post photos are often selective about how they communicate. They share only when it's meaningful, valuable, or necessary. This careful approach to interaction reflects discipline, patience, and emotional intelligence. Instead of broadcasting their lives for public consumption, they focus on real-world relationships and genuine connections. They know that oversharing can dilute trust, reduce intimacy, and invite judgment. By controlling what they share and with whom, they maintain quality relationships and personal boundaries. This behavior demonstrates self-control, awareness, and mindfulness, all traits linked to both emotional and cognitive intelligence. Final thoughts. So, next time you notice someone who doesn't post pictures online, don't assume they're shy or antisocial. In many cases, they are more grounded, self-aware, and emotionally intelligent than most of the people constantly seeking attention. They don't need to be seen to feel seen, and that is real confidence. Privacy, self-awareness, emotional security, deep thinking, understanding the digital illusion, and selective sharing are not signs of avoidance. They are signs of wisdom. People who post less are quietly mastering their mind, their emotions, and their life, without needing anyone's approval. If you're fascinated by the psychology behind human behavior and want to understand what makes people truly unique, subscribe now. Because here, we don't just scroll through lives, we decode minds.